champions over in Scotland, or are they? Of course, it'll take an absolute miracle for Rangers to snatch the trophy off them, and they have to score about 30 goals and win all the games and hope Celtic lose. But pretty much, Celtic are champions, of course, as we head to the final 2 games of the season. But what will happen, of course, down the foot of the table, and of course, the rest of the league's fixtures. We'll get into it, all of it, next. Another Premiership video today. We look forward to match day number 37. That's right. In a weird old, I still don't get the old match days and all that kind of stuff over in Scotland, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you know where you've been, smash that subscribe and keep back today. All things Scottish Premiership related, Blackburn Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one roof. Of course, Celtic are champions. Really, we can confirm that because it's going to take them, of course, an absolute disaster class for them to throw it. And we're talking about a major disaster class. I'm going to explain it to you right here, right now. They have, of course, 6 points clear of Celtic, but of course the goal difference is, of course, 20 goals difference will need to swing over the last 2 games. It can be done. Of course, Celtic would need to win, maybe lose 3-0, which will reduce that down to 14 goal difference, and then Rangers would need to win 7-0, of course, and then you go. There you go. Simple as that, of course. But anyway, realistically, it ain't going to happen. But of course, we're going to take a look at the games anyway, as of course we enter the final couple of games of the season. But anyway, new to the channel, check the links down below, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. But here we go then, kicking off all with match day number 37, of course. But before that, let's really have a look at what went on last round. Then here we go. Then Hibs again. It's just me. It's double match week this week. Don't really have the time to get Dion, but I'm going to get a hold of him over the next couple of days, and we'll try and plan for next season, of course. But anyway, Hibs up against Aberdeen, of course, a draw in the end. Called it, lads. Absolutely called it. Meanwhile, St Mirren with a 2-0 win over Dundee. One with a 2-1 win myself. Livingston picked up a draw against St Johnstone. Ross County did lose to Motherwell. Rangers with a 2-0 win over Dundee United. And of course, Celtic with a 4-1 win over Hearts over in Glasgow. That's right. This is what the table looks like. As you can see, I am right in what I'm saying. 20 goal difference is the gap between the two sides, plus 6 goals as well, 6 points as well. Meanwhile, of course, Hearts are third. They've been there for a while, and they'll be there, of course, to the end of the season. There's still a bit of a situation to be decided who will be fourth, of course. And as you can see, Livingston will actually be fourth if that stupid split was not there. Dundee United, I believe, are down. Again, they require snookers as well. Their goal difference is a little shit. And St Johnstone will probably go into a playoff match, we would imagine, as well. So, yeah, that's what the state of play is there. It's going to take some snookers for Dundee to get out of it. But, of course, that's the state of play. Of course, let's take a look at how you guys got on with the Prediction League. Or here you go, a lot of yous. A whole bunch of yous got 4 there. We've got Shane O'Donnell, Jimmy Watt, and, of course, Deep at the Great, Max Singardi, Eamon Hussein, and Vinny Hong with 4 bins there. Well done to you guys. What about the mini leaderboard? This is from January onwards. And, of course, it's Shane O'Donnell running away with it. 55 points. James FC is up there in second, and Deep at the Great is in 3rd place. That's right. So well done to you, and of course well done to the patrons who continue to support the channel behind the scenes. Really looking forward to maybe get some new patrons over the summer, of course, into the new season. We've got a lot of content coming at you, but of course it won't stop once the season goes. But anyway, these are the final couple of games then, shall we? Of course, 2 games remain. This is the penultimate one. The final game will be on the weekend, but of course let's get into it. Dundee against Hibs coming at you on Tuesday. May the 10th be with you. Now these two sides have played 38 times in 1999, 8 wins for Dundee, 20 wins for Hibs, and 10 draws, of course. Dundee though haven't won in the last 12 games, 25% form for them. Up against the Hibs side, just 1 win and 6 for them, 13% form, 33% form for them heading into this match. Last time, of course, over at Dundee, it was a 0-0 draw, but that's back in March 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 1-win for Hibs at Easter Road back in December 2021. However, they also played each other way back in match number 3. It was a 2-2 draw in Dundee way back in the 22nd of August. So Hibs unbeaten over the last 3, of course, and they're looking to make it a clean sweep for them as they played their 3rd match of the season at Dundee. Meanwhile, Dundee coming to the back of the 2-0 loss against St Mirren. Of course, Hibs with the 1-1 draw against Aberdeen. The odds though for this one coming at you, we have 14-5 is Dundee, 23-10 is draw, and 21-20 is your away win. That's of course Hibs on this one. I'm going to back, of course, Dundee with a loss. Hibs with the W, 1-0 for them, kicking on forward as well. Meanwhile, Dundee United up against Celtic, of course, a point should guarantee it. Of course, played each other 92 times in 94. 5 was Dundee United, 69 wins for Celtic, and 18 draws, of course. Dundee United though, 50% form for them, 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6. However, just 1-1 and 5 for them as they, of course, they take on Celtic this week at Tannadice. Of course, meanwhile, Celtic coming to just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them for Postelegulu's side. Of course, last time though at Dundee United in the league, it was a 3-0 win for Celtic back in December 2021. They also played each other. Golly, it's so confusing. This will be the 5th time they played each other this season. The first time was way back in match number 7 in September in Glasgow. It was a 1-1 draw at Celtic Park. Of course, they did lock horns recently at Tannadice in the quarter-final of the Scottish Cup. It was a 3-0 for Celtic over Dundee United. That was back in Matchday. That was in the quarter-final stages there. Meanwhile, Celtic coming in on the back of the 4-1 win over Hearts. Dundee United with a 2-0 loss against the Rangers, of course. The odds for this one, 12-1 is your Dundee United, 11-2 is your draw, 5-1 is your long shots. Or actually your favourites is Celtic. Run away with it, of course. 3-1 win for them to take it to the house. Rangers up against Ross County in the battle of the R's, of course. Now these two sides have locked horns. 15 times done, 16, 11 wins for Rangers, nothing for Ross County, and 4 draws. Just 1 defeat in the past 6 games for Rangers right now. 75% form up against the Ross County side. Of course, 1 win in the last 6, 33% form for them, of course. Rangers, of course, are partying like it's 1999, of course, as they're in the Europa final. Big win for them quite recently. But, of course, the last time they played each other at Ibrox was a 4-2 win for Rangers back in November 2021. They also played each other a couple of times at Ross County this campaign. Back in match number 3, it was a 4-2 win for Rangers, also quite recently. Back in January 2022, it was a 3-3 draw in Ross County, of course. Rangers with a 2-0 win for Dundee United, of course, this weekend. And, of course, Ross County with a 1-0 loss to Motherwell. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 games now without a goal for Ross County, as, of course, they've drawing a few blanks as the season comes to close. 5-1 on is your Rangers, 13-2 is your draw, and 12-1 is your Ross County. We've seen some batshit crazy scorelines over the weekend, of course. Can Rangers turn on the flare at home and maybe close that goal difference down? If they could put 6 or 7 past them, you just might put a bit of a heebie-jeebies up a Celtic's arse, of course. But anyway, going to go with a win for Rangers here, 2-0, just 2-0. But if they make it 12-0, then you might start to panic. Meanwhile, St Mirren will take a Livingston, of course, on Wednesday, the 11th of May. Now, these two sides played 26 times, 2015, 10 wins apiece and 6 draws, of course, back-to-back wins over St Mirren right now, 33% form for them. Against the Livingston side, unbeaten last 4, 50% form over the last 6. That's 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. Of course, last time around, though, over in St Mirren, it was a 1-1 draw back in November 2020 on the reverse fixture, of course, at the Tony Macaroni Stadium back in, of course, February 2022 was a 1-1 draw as well. They also played each other way back in match number 8 at the Tony Macaroni Stadium. It was a 1-0 win for St Mirren as well. However, St Mirren coming to on the back of a 2-0 win for Dundee, back-to-back clean sheets for them. Up against the Livingston side, of course, picked up a draw against St Johnstone last time around. The odds here, 31-20 is your St Mirren, 2-1 is your draw, 21-10 is your away win. That is Livingston this. 1-1 win in the end for St Mirren on this one. And to the final two now, we have St Johnstone up against Aberdeen at Mcdermott Park, of course. Played to the 70 times in 1997, 21 wins to St Johnstone, 28 wins to Aberdeen, and 21 draws for the two sides. Of course, meanwhile, of bloody course, St Johnstone without a win in the last 4 games, 50% form over the last 6 up against the Aberdeen side, 1-2 lost 2 and draw 2 over the last 6, 50% form for them as well. Last round at Mcdermott Park was a 1-0 win for Aberdeen. That was back in December 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, at Pittodrie was a 1-1 draw back in February 2022. They also played each other earlier in the season, back in match number 6. It was a 1-0 win for St Johnstone. And, of course, St Johnstone picked up a draw against Livingston last round. Hibs with the draw against Aberdeen last round at Easter Road. The odds for this one, we have St Johnstone 13-5 for the victory, 19-10 is your draw, 13-10 is your away win. It's Aberdeen for this. Going to go with a win. 2-2. No, 2-2 in the end. Point split right down the middle to end. That's a little bit of a damp squib for both of the two sides. Motherwell up against Hearts, of course, the final game of the stretch here on Wednesday, the 11th of May. Played each other 96 times, 94. 32 wins for Motherwell, 44 wins for Hearts, and 20 draws. Motherwell, 42% form for them, winning 2 of the last 6 up against the Hearts side. Just 1 defeat past 6 of them. 67% form heading into this match. Last round, of course, over at Fir Park. It was a 2-0 win for Motherwell back in November 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, at Tynecastle. Back in January, it was a 2-0 win for Hearts. They also played back in October. It was also a 2-0 win for Hearts at Tynecastle. So, not too shabby, of course. The away side has won once the last 6. That was when Motherwell beat Hearts at Tynecastle back in September 2019. Hearts with a 4-1 loss against Celtic, of course. Motherwell with a 1-0 win over Ross County last round. The odds for this one, though, Motherwell 2-1 for the victory, 5-4 is your away win, and 13-5 is your draw. Expect Hearts win in this one. 2-0 win for them on the road over Motherwell at Fir Park. That is it, guys. That is it for the penultimate game of the season. We do believe Celtic are champions, but if they do have a shit show against Dundee United, of course, Rangers managed to bag 6, 7 or 8 or 9 goals, then maybe, of course, the season will drag on to the final game of the season, but we don't think so. But anyway, that is it. Be sure to give the video a love and smash your subscribe. Scott is the link if you want to get your picks in, but please give some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Of course, back for the final game of the season, which will be around about Thursday, something like that, but of course, we've got a lot going on behind the scenes. But until then, boys, see you soon. Be safe out there, and of course, see you soon for the next.